Good. Okay, I'm gonna need this, not so much that. Dang, that's stuck real good. Okay. All right. Let's see. Good morning, Lynette. Good morning, Liz. Happy Wednesday. I always want to do the hump day thing, but I remember when I went to work, I used to hate that commercial, but I used to secretly love it too because it is the middle of the work week. But it was like always the longest but shortest day. I don't know. I don't know what's going down, but they may bring puppy. Um, yeah, today is filming day, so I'm excited. It's a pattern that I'm testing, and the pattern I don't know. I This pattern may or may not come out on Friday because the ending of the testing is Thursday, and it's been a minute from this designer, so I know everyone's going to be super excited that they came out with it, and I'm doing a tutorial for it. I'm trying to keep the tutorial under 2 hours. I know sometimes my tutorials are lengthy. I just like to make sure that I can like help with any areas that might be confusing and give the best description I possibly can. This bag is geared towards beginners, but it's also kind of a weird build your own adventure when it comes down to closures. So I'm going to walk through that part, but I think the bag is absolutely gorgeous. I don't feel like the bag is not only a beginner, I feel like it's one of those anyone can sew it bag. And I think it's going to be looking at some of the bags in the tester group, it's like a perfect spring summer bag. It's compact, but it has everything that you need to put your stuff in it and go. So I'm really excited to do that. I finished one last week and I keep looking at it and I kind of want it because of the materials that I made it with. And the one that I'm making today, I'm kind of doing a Harry Potter, but kind of with a twist. It's going to look very, I don't want to say mundane, but like dapper, like something that you wouldn't think is Harry Potter on the outside and it is in the inside. I love doing that. Um, for the people who shop for me, they like when I do something kind of like a mullet where it's like business in the on in the outside and party in the inside. I don't know why, but that those people really gravitate towards me. So I'm kind of doing it for this one. I've had this particular fabric from Backstitch for like 6 years. It's this jelly bean print with like all the characters as jelly beans. And I had this idea with this really fancy faux leather that looks like it is real suede. Um, so I was like, let me put these two things that don't look like they belong together and make them work. Good morning. You're off until next Wednesday. That's a good vacation. Um, so I hope this week is a long week for you, so you can just soak it up and enjoy it. Um, Yeah, so yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. So what I like to do before I film is I like to prep, like anything that I can prep ahead of time that so I don't look like I'm struggling or I don't have to edit it is because I'm really bad at editing. Like I have to call on the powers of my 14-year-old and she's not always readily available. So, school, homework, 14-year-old life. So I like to put, double-sided tape on things that need double-sided tape so you don't have to watch that. Because seriously, I don't know about you, but I struggle getting double-sided tape off when I'm getting filmed. I have no idea why. It's like I could do a blooper reel of how hard it is for me to get double-sided tape off. I don't know why. So, hey, Leslie. What new templates? Okay, I need to Leslie templates are really pretty. Really, really pretty. So, they're shiny and sparkly new things. Um, so yeah, so I'm filming today, and then the thing is I procrastinated too late because the the turnaround time was kind of fast for this testing. So I also need to take pictures of both bags. So, ooh, the Annabelle, yeah. So I haven't made that one yet. I definitely want to make that hopefully really soon. It's on my never-ending bucket list of bags to make. So yeah, I have to take pictures. And the thing is I like to take pictures in natural light. I have a Loki hair, I think, in my mouth. I like to take pictures in with natural light, and because it's like bright until 8 o'clock, I only have that golden hour between 7 and 8 to do all the photos, which it seems like a lot of time, but it isn't when you're trying to set up the bag to get certain shots. So yeah, 2 bags, 1 hour between 7 and 8, and hopefully no one calls me between that time. Gonna be fun times today. It's gonna be a busy day. And then I have to like I'm one of those people that have to set up shots in my head. Like so I usually sketch things out on my phone or on my tablet and how I want to do things like, do I wanna do a 3/4 of a, corner shot with the back tilted up so you can see it at a nice elongated angle so you can see the rows, like, how the body of the shot is? Do I wanna put keys or, like, perfume or a wallet by it? I try not to put another pattern by a bag because we're trying to focus on the pattern that's about to be sold. So it for me, it gets a little interesting doing props and no props. Do I recruit one of my daughters to carry the bag so people can have, like, a size reference? Which I understand people like that, but I feel like that's a faulty size reference. Hear me out. Having, like, a kombucha can that says, like, 16 ounces is a better size reference than a person. And I and I'm gonna give you a really great example. I'm tall. I'm 5'9", and I'm super fluffy, but I have incredibly small hands. If you look at this, this is a 16-ounce bottle. Some people that are my height, they could probably put their whole hand around here. So, like, having my hand hold a bag, you might think the bag is smaller than it is, or bigger than it is, and it's not. Sizes from a body's anatomy is very subjective, but having size on a standard thing that we all see and love, like a Stanley cup or a Coke can or a water bottle, is more accurate than a person's body, especially my daughters. My daughters wear size 2, so you see it on their body, you're like, "Oh, okay, I could wear it," and if somebody you make it for wears smaller or larger, it's not gonna be the same proportion. So it's interesting when I keep seeing people say, I love it when you put it on a person's body, I can see the scale. But can you? Because if you put it on me, it's gonna look different than it's gonna be on my daughter. I'm 5'9" and my daughters are like 5'4", 5'3" ish, like in that we're a 5-inch difference. I have easily 100 pounds on each one of them. The proportions are going to be different. But my hands are the same size as both of theirs. So if I do a hand shot, it's gonna be different. So that's why I always try to do like a compact, keys, or a phone because these are universal sizes and everyone should know what these sizes are because they see them on a day-to-day basis. I think body is subject to it's like the same reason why people get mad or they see like a Torrid ad and they have like a plus size person, but they have no stomach and they have just boobs and butt and they put a pair of clothes on because it's not going to fit the same as somebody having a fupa or apron belly. Size is subjective when it comes down to human anatomy. So that's why I usually just put something that we standardly put into bags so that you can have a better understanding of how big or wide the bag is. Having it on a person is nice, but I also feel like it's just like a catalog photo. Don't do it for size references because you don't know if that's going to be the reference that you really need to make that bag. It could be a reference that you like to make the style of bag, like, oh, I really want this bag now because the way the picture's set up, it's nice. It looks editorial. I want it. That's that's a whole different subject. I could talk about that all day long. I love doing that too with my daughters because I like fashion, so I like to set up like photos to make them look like they belong in a magazine. But for size depiction, no. No. The mini E looks so tiny compared to my hair is bigger than the mini E. But like that is a horrible size comparison. You know what I mean? Good morning. The last minute Leslie and fundamental tote at 100%. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Christine. Hey. So yeah, so just if you do photos, just make sure that you just put like something that is universal, like a pack of gum or like I said, a compact keys or something like that that you normally put into a purse. Um, so that way people have a better size reference. You can definitely take pictures on someone's body. It for that I don't think it's size reference. You can see how the bag lays and it looks nice. So, but I think photos with bodies are not size references. It's just to see how the bag fits like underneath the arm, across the body because everyone's body anatomy is different and like I said, if I bring the mini E up here, my hands are really small compared to the rest of my body. If I put it by my feet, my feet are small compared to the rest of my body. Um, so that's why I put like drinks or keys or something. But having body photos are just nice to see how the bag functions on a person. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing today is photos for this bag that I am doing a tutorial for, and I'm really trying to catch the golden hour. I set all kinds of alarms, like at 6:55, again at 7, so I can take pictures between 7 and 8 where the sun is slowly going down and you won't get harsh shadows, and I can take more pictures outside. There is so much beautiful foliage around me right now that it would be a shame if I did not, use that. So I am pulling out some things that can help stabilize the bags to make them look really nice against the foliage. And then I might recruit, I don't know, one or both of my daughters to help model the bag. But I absolutely hate what my worst comment that I hate is like, thank you for giving me the size reference. It is not a size reference. It is for you to see how the bag lays. Size reference is subjective. The size reference, again, would be the keys or the compact or the water bottle that I put next to it because size is subjective. Like if I like the best one is I did the mini E. Hey Allison, I did the mini E. Hey Shannon, I did the mini E and Io took a picture of me sitting in Santa's chair and I have it like this. And I have my afro. The mini E looks small compared to my afro. How you don't know what my afro size is. How and someone was like, "Thank you for the size comparison," but you have no idea unless you met me in person. Even if you met me in person, I cut and trim my hair all the time. My hair grows extremely fast. You don't know what size my afro is. How is that a good size comparison? Just I'll get off my tangent. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited about this new pattern though. And I'm excited about like the jelly bean Harry Potter fabric. I just found it out of nowhere. I was looking for Harry Potter fabric and I could have sworn I had like the Harry Potter told I never can say this right. The tolls from Notorious from like 5 years ago, but I kept finding the Star Wars and the Doctor Who and another one, and then all of a sudden I keep scrolling down because I don't have any of the boards. All of my fabrics are laid individually on their own boards, and I see the jelly bean one, and I'm like, holy smokes! I don't know where you came from, but apparently you want to be used this month. Oh yeah, thank you, Allison. um, Yeah, Country Cow, like, her patterns are tried and true. I love the way Joe and Adam write, and I love their shapes of their bags. I love people that take chances with unique shapes, and it's just not like the standard bag shapes that we see, because I don't know, it's just, they always have unique shapes, and they always have, like, I like their pockets, like, one of my favorite bags is the one with the cargo pockets, and it's like a small, like, baguette bag. I love the little cargo pockets because the pockets, the end of the pockets go into the gusset. It's just really nice. It's a neat, nice, clean take with the flaps. I thought that was very creative. Country Cow has really nice patterns. I still, my favorite one from them is the Ojima. I don't know if it's because it's made with Amy, but like Amy's one of the bag makers that Bed Hog Designs. She's one of the bag makers that I absolutely adore. And every time she comes out with, like, puts together a bag, she always blows my mind. And she has like different signature styles. Like, she always likes to do one main color with two accents. And she blows my mind with bags. And uh she works with Country Cow a lot. She tests a lot with Country Cow, and that bag is a collaboration with Joe and Amy. And Ojima is actually their name spelled backwards, their first names. And that bag, it does so well for me when I'm at conventions, and people love it because it has so many pockets and it's such a compact bag. It is a fast bag. Like, whenever I do not have Sojo, you can sew that bag up in like 90 minutes. Well, like, if you're looking for a bag that you could start and finish, cut, fuse, and do everything in one day, do the Ojima from Country Cal. I promise you. I've done a tutorial on it. I have done, I think even if you're on my Patreon, we turned it into a backpack. Um, I have done countless lives on that bag. It's a fun bag. It's a fun bag to make, and it had the flap alone in the front is very interesting, and you can either do a cargo pocket or a a slim pocket. And I like the fact that you could put the interfacing in at the end, so there's nothing that is going to prevent you to do it from a domestic machine. It's a very clever bag, and it's one of my favorite patterns from Country Cow. That's like, I have a favorite pattern from each designer, and that is my favorite pattern from Country Cow. Yeah, Amy's boss, man. Like, same with Andrea Graham. Did you see her bag in Ora Rosa, the chopper bag? I promise you this. When I seen that bag, I jumped out of my bed and went, whoa! And my husband was like, are you okay? Are you okay? I was so lit. That bag is bad. Oh, I get excited when I see good bags. I was gonna like kind of troll Shannon yesterday because when she put her new bag up on what I was gonna say Facebook, we're not on Facebook, we're on YouTube. I like she put her new trailer, and they are trailers to me. Like, as soon as I seen it, I got off my live and I seen that, and I was gonna put first comment because, like, when there's like a really hype like YouTuber, people always put first comment, but I couldn't do it because after I watched it, I was like so amped. Like, Shannon makes like trailers to me like for like summer movies. Like, I get so excited. Like, she it's her bag is bad. I can't wait till that comes out because I kind of low key want to make it for my own personal bag. Um, but that the bag that she has coming out, I get excited. I get excited, especially I get excited to see everyone's bag, but because I'm a nerd, when I see a nerdy bag looking like it belongs in Saks Fifth Avenue, it does something. It gets my adrenaline pumping, and it makes me excited, and I feel like we're putting more and more bags in these environments, and then we're going to be higher in demand. I always feel like people always want the classy bags, and rightfully so. There's a huge market for it. Think about it, Hermes. Like, there's this people want these upscale bags. So the pool for in the bag community for nerdy bags is so small compared to the people that like, I want a leather bag, I want a faux leather bag, I want tulip pink and all this stuff. So when I see like nerdy bags that are upscale, it just makes me hyped. I'm like, yeah, like it makes me hype. Like, you know, and I hope that I bring that to somebody else. Like they're like, Shinova, your like hitchhiker made me hype. I love this nerdy bag. And it's because it's a small community. We're a community within a community. Because sometimes people don't take a nerdy bag seriously. Like they don't. They don't. So it just makes me excited. So when I see it, I get happy, and I don't know, I just do. And like these people, they're knocking it out of the park. When I see like one of my favorite recent Amy bags is that the moon wake with she did the moon wake with somebody with one of the East West bags. I don't know if anyone's seen that, and she minimized it, and it was like a small bag. I was like, I'm going to do this bag. As soon as I seen it, I knew the modifications, but it was brilliant. I never would have in a million years thought of those modifications. That bag was brilliant. That is a one of a kind, truly bag. Whoever buys that bag has a baddie. Whoever buys the Chopper Graham from Andrea Graham is going to have a baddie. If Shannon sells those bags that she's been showing out for her test bags, especially that the the last bag, with the Lord of the Rings, yeah. it's it's gone. That those bags are amazing to me, and it makes me excited when I see them in the sewing community. But watching bags on my feed anyways makes me excited. I don't know what's wrong with me. I love going to creative bag making, so whatever, bag and production, and like go to all the groups like bag baddies and look at other people's bags. It makes me happy. I don't know why. I'm like, oh man, they did that. Look at how they put those connectors on. Like I get excited. I was in my group yesterday and there's like a new tester bag and it looks like a computer bag. And some of y'all, these testers are just blowing my mind. I'm like, you guys are just killing it. Um, I don't know. I get excited. She's working on a new bag. It's like like I said, she is the trailer. Like, okay, so you know how Wicked 2 comes out in November, but they're like teasing it since like the Super Bowl. That's what Shannon does to us. It's a good thing and a bad thing, Shannon. It's just like it's a good thing. Because it gives you something to look forward to, and you kind of could get to see her process. She works out all her kinks ahead of time, and then she gives it to her testing team. And then she's not a quick turnaround tester to things. She gives the testers an allotted amount of time and asks for certain things for each tester so that it's good for her whole audience, which I really appreciate because who else says that? Is or Rosa. Alexis is the same thing. And she's like, hey, we need someone that does this on domestic. We need someone to try this with this kind of vinyl, this, and this. So that way, if people ask questions, we could hop in and be like, hey, yeah, we tried this with cotton, or we tried this with a domestic machine, or yeah, this part was a little tricky, but we use this, and this to help us, or it helps tremendously because people have questions after they buy a pattern or before they have a pattern. So if a designer has a tester, try a slew full of ways out and they try a lot of ways themselves, and they are there to answer all the questions. I know for a fact when Alexis busts out a pattern, she has made like 12 of these bags. And if you pay attention to Shannon, like when she goes live and talk about the bag or whatever, you can like see above her head like all the bags that she made. So, and they're all similar. So like if you go back to like the Mayfields, you can see all the Mayfields above her head. And it's like I said, it's like watching Stranger Things or whatever. There's like Easter eggs within the Easter eggs. Like, and only reason why I know this is Alexis does the same thing, but she does it the lives in the tester groups, and you can see all the testers with Alexis. Alexa tries like that's why when if you watch Alexis's openings, for every day that she has, the opening of the the pattern, she has a bag for every day. because she tests every single way you can do this pattern. Oh, I did it in cork. I did it in Mora. I think Mora is a separate thing than vinyl because Mora is more gummy, mushy. It has a weird texture. I love working with it, but I don't. I can't explain it. When it's done and when it ends, I'm like, yeah, I love you. But while I'm working with it, I'm like, it's a texture thing. It's different from other vinyls, okay? So like she'll do Mora, she'll ask someone to do vinyl. Yes, it's damp. There's something it's, it's something with it. I can't just put my finger on it. And like even though it doesn't make a sound, like if you put like I want to put a microphone test. Like when you hear a needle puncture vinyl, it makes a sound. The way it's a different sound. Maybe I sew too much, but it's a different sound when a needle punctures Mora. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why I know that. So I sew a lot. So and sometimes the stitches can be hidden, like they get sunken into the Mora. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like I have to use a higher text grade so you can really see the Mora versus it getting sunken in. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So like, um, so like she'll have different things. Like, can someone use cork? Someone use, cotton canvas, wax canvas, or whatever. So that way we can answer questions. And that when really good, really people that are really good, like designers have numerous testers. I used to test for Lavender and Twine, and she did the same thing. Erica does the same thing. So I love when a designer asks for different walks of life for testers too, where it's not just people that are advanced, they're looking for beginners, they're looking for whatever. And I do like designers that also take heed to it because for Alexis, I was a person that asked for tabs, like the tabs, like cut two of these and put it with the things because of the dyslexic and being having ADHD. She doesn't have paper pattern pieces for each pattern things because most of her stuff are like rectangles or whatever. She only has paper pattern pieces for the shapes that she really needs you to cut out. So I asked her to create tabs and I was like, I don't know if this is silly or not, but this. And then there was a lot of people that hit the like button inside of the tester group. And then that's when she started to do it because she realized that it will help people like me who's like, even though I write on the back, having a tab would help me. And it does. It tremendously does because if you watch any of my videos, if I have all the paper pattern pieces, I clip the paper pattern pieces. If there's no paper pattern pieces, I clip the tabs. It helps tremendously. I know you can write on the back of it, but I have a tendency of writing in pencil or permanent pen. And depending on the fabrics, that ink or lead can seep through to the top of a vinyl or a faux leather, and then it's damaged. It is what it is. Especially if you're not using any like woven interfacing whatsoever. Yeah. You realize that with different textiles, yeah. It is spongy. Okay, so you guys, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only I like it. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. It's like drinking a champagne that you don't but you do like and you keep zipping it and you're getting different emotions. You're not hating it because you keep ordering it, but every time you drink with it, you're just like, I like, why? Why am I ordering it? But then you do it again because there is some serious gorgeous colors in the Mora. Like I like the Azul. That is like my favorite color blue ever. Like ever. And but like it punctures different. Even when I'm on my smaller machine, the 5550, when I have like a 9014 needle, like I want to put a microphone near it. It does not puncture like other faux leather, cork, or anything. It goes in soft like cotton. Like there's not a sound. And like normally you hear a puncture sound. Like I don't know. I sew a lot, so and most of the time I either I get like to sew in silence because I'm like in my head thinking about something, and I pay attention to sounds a lot because Loki's always into something. You guys know this. I pay attention to sounds, and like my husband says, he always makes fun of me. And remember, my husband is a Southern man. He's like, I can hear a mouse piss on cotton, And he's right. He's right. It's because I have 3 kids. I like just I'm always listening to something and it doesn't puncture right. It doesn't sound right. When I like I'm like, "What is it doing?" And sometimes it stitches perfectly, and sometimes like, depending on the thread or the like, if it's cotton, nylon, or polyester, your stitches can get kinda sunken into it if you don't have the right settings. It's a very temperamental fabric, and it feels funny, and it stretches if you don't put some kind of stabilizer in it, and, like, the handles or in the straps. It has this thing where I'll do a review on it because like, it's a very interesting fabric. Emmeline Bags is not the only person that carries it. Um, Country Cow carries it and Cereal Bag Maker. So there's a couple of people that carry it actually. So Emmeline Bags has was the o is the OG, and she has a lot of colors. The Cereal Bag Maker has where are you? She has some different colors. Like, she carries the azul. I'm trying to think. She carries this color, like, I don't, of course, they're probably on my other wall. She carries this, like this burgundy one that it's not burgundy. I'm trying to see if I've used it a lot. She carries other colors, like opposite colors than Emmeline. And then you have Country Cow. Country Cow carries similar colors to Emmeline, but she has different colors as well. So it's interesting. Just pull up all three of their site. You can see that there's some different colors. And so whenever I go to one of their site and I purchase something, I always purchase a different color because I don't know, weird colors intrigue me. Um, and each person sells it in different like widths and lengths and whatever. So, but I believe the deep blue but light. I'm really looking for this blue because I was trying to pair it with this Star Trek print, but it wasn't the same. I don't know why. Yesterday, it's different color blue. It's a very pretty blue. But yeah, they have different ones. I have a lot of Mora because a lot of people recognize it when you sew with it, and I have it, a lot of it. So it's a very weird fabric. It's temperamental. But yeah, Mora's been around for everyone everywhere, especially if you do any Emmeline back if you do any Ora Rosa, or if you do any lavender and twine, that is those friends love them some Mora. So that's how I got learned about it, and then I know the sewing world loves it too. And it's weird because I love it and I don't. I, it's like we're in a toxic relationship, and I just keep going back to it, but I don't know why. I don't know why. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm doing today: filming, taking pictures for testing, and yeah, and then hopefully just hanging out. All everybody's out of the house today except Loki and Roxy, so hopefully I can get everything done. Because yesterday was chaos, and then tomorrow I have chaotic day too. So, good morning. So, I know it's spongy. It's weird. The only kind of fabric base for vinyl I don't like pebbled. That's the only one I don't like. I don't for yeah. I have like that pebbled texture. I think it has a tendency of tearing sometimes a lot, especially if you're doing hidden strap connectors. And no matter how well you interface the back of it. It just there I think once it has like a slit, it's like a seam in your stocking. It's going to rip eventually. That's the only one. And I notice I notice it especially if it's something that is a um it's a like a like not a pre-order, but like a fabric that is like custom and has a lot of dyes and pigmentations in it. It's just something I noticed over the years. That's the only one that I don't like. I actually kind of like I love the deboss and emboss prints. They don't rip a lot. I don't know what kind of fabrics they have with that, but yeah. Yeah, Marie, you can get more at Emmeline Bags, Serial Bag Maker, or Country Cow Designs. Emmeline Bags is the OG one. She has it. And again, if you're getting any of these over the seas, you need to contact and look at their website. When's the last time you can get them in the US? So, yeah. So that's what I have today. So I hope everybody is going to have a really good day. I'm going to finish my kombucha, which today is raspberry lemon. I'm really liking this one. And yeah, I'm still not sick. So maybe you guys were right. Maybe I'm immune, or maybe these probiotic drinks are really working. The world may never know. All right. So I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you guys have a good Wednesday. Okay. Bye.